Greetings. The following message is meant to be conveyed to Virgin Islands Police Commissioner Rodney F. Querrard, Sr. You do not know me yet, but you soon will. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Fear None Everlasting, formerly known as Everett Parker Jr. I am a revolutionary writer and speaker and community activist, as well as a more than 40-year resident of the U.S. Virgin Islands. Fear none are what people are calling me nowadays at my request. I have shed my old title, and I will not be using my legal name as it is being used as an instrument to tie me and the rest of humanity to the fraud. By that, I mean the two-dimensional dead by consent fictitious realm that at least 90% of the world's inhabitants are unknowingly and deceptively confined to. What this means is I am not in your or anyone else's legal or lawful jurisdiction anymore. And whether you have the slightest idea of what I am saying right now or not, I do not know. And I apologize in advance for not explaining myself further on the subject right now. I only said that to give you a slight idea of why my name is so strange. First off, I want to explain why I've decided to communicate with you in this way. I do things a little differently, that's why. This correspondence that you are viewing is a matter of public record, as it has already been published on YouTube and other social media sites. The world is now watching you, and how you are portrayed in the eyes of the public from this point on is completely up to you. If I were you, I would take what I'm saying seriously, as I am not someone that you will want to play with. I am a career ender, so listen closely if you value your career, which might be at its end anyway with the young out of office. I will try to be as brief as I could, as I've already added files to support my claims and complaints to the video you are now watching. And at the end of this video, I will give you some YouTube titles to research so that you could verify that what I am saying is true. I do not have too much to say to you on the subject right now. I will pretty much let the footage speak for itself. Getting to the point, the Virgin Islands Police Department officers, not all of them, thank the Almighty, seem to lack the sensitivity, self-control, professionality, and respect for the duties they have been sworn to uphold under provisions laid out under the laws made under the Constitution of the United States of America. Along with the footage I have provided for you, I have prepared a long list of offenses perpetrated against the people of the Virgin Islands by individual members of the USVI Police Department. I am currently reaching out to all my colleagues from the Main Street area in an attempt to collect as much evidence as I could about the corrupt actions of these officers committed in their official capacity under the color of law. I intend to prove that many of them recklessly, willfully, maliciously, and with intent have engaged in a pattern of illegal/illicit activity in the performance of their duties. These practices include, but are not limited to, incidences such as disturbing the peace, illegally taking bribes and other gifts from jewelry store owners in exchange for favors from these officers, harassment, racketeering, extortion, assault and battery, and fraud. Yeah, I know, some pretty serious charges, huh? I was looking on the VIPD website in order to confirm who this letter should go to, and right next to the biographies section there was a column called Consent Decree, so I checked it out. It was then that I was made to know by visiting this site that the VIPD has been under consent decree order since 2009. It was initiated in 2004, but the one that they were just recently under has been in effect since 2009. I cannot say that this surprises me at all, because as a man on the street, I've been made to be the subject of the God complex attitudes that many of the officers show in the everyday performance of their duties. I know that you know what a consent decree order is, but for the benefit of others that are watching this video, I will tell them so that they can have an idea. The consent decree, as I read straight from the VIPD website, is a mutually agreed upon document between the U.S. Department of Justice, the Virgin Islands Attorney General, and the Virgin Islands Police Department. And while it does not, the agreement is supposed to promote police integrity and prevent behavior that deprives a person of rights, privileges, and immunities secured or protected by the Constitution of the United States of America. I have downloaded and read the entire 33-page document. I know what is expected of the department by the federal government, and I have to say that I am not impressed by the performance of your department in response to the standards imposed, and I'll bet the federal government won't be impressed either. No need to go into all of the details. The fact is that the VIPD is a mess, and it is under your watch. Is this the legacy that you want to leave behind after your tenure as commissioner has ended? Or do you believe that it is worth it to end these illegal/illicit activities conducted against the public by your officers? Do you believe that the rights of the people ought not to be trampled upon, and that an officer of the law should have respect for and be held accountable for his or her actions, just as anyone else who breaks the laws as he or she tries to enforce the laws with others? You know, what kind of things are y'all trying to do? You know? I'm not expecting you to fix the whole issue of the flagrant police abuses committed upon the public by your officers. It seems like that job is too big for anyone. The problem appears to be systematic, if you ask me. I don't blame you alone. The system was already messed up when you got there. I acknowledge that. And what I am sincerely and respectfully asking you is that you kindly offer some type of relief to the Main Street merchants and myself, as the pattern of behavior being displayed by these officers seem to suggest that they are getting their orders from the top. Now, before I go any further, I would like to say that I personally do not want to believe that. I want to believe that these officers have generally been given a set of orders that were lawful to carry out, and in the pursuit of the enforcement of these orders, individual officers, drunk with power and devoid of certain moral or spiritual possession, and believing that there would never be a penalty for their actions, decided to engage in a pattern of activity that is unbecoming of police officers. I do not believe that these officers get to be as dirty as they become overnight. Rather, I believe that they gain confidence about their ability to commit abuses on others based on a lack of punishment against them levied by the department when abuses that they commit are reported to the department and still nothing is done. For example, I was informed that the department currently has an officer in the department that has unjustifiably murdered 2 civilians who were not armed in the last year, and that officer has never faced charges and is still on the force. Is that true? Because if it is, that would be messed up. Are your officers licensed to kill unjustifiably? No one wants to believe that. I hope that your answer to that question is no. I do not want to take up much more of your precious time, so I will get to the point now. As you will see on the video clips that are attached to the one you are now watching, there are many abuses committed against the store owners and promoters. There have been, and promoters of the downtown shopping district in Charlotte, Amalie, St. Thomas, United States Virgin Islands. And as I mentioned before, these officers walk around like they are committing these offenses in your name. I and the rest of Main Street and the rest of the Main Street community would like to think that they are not. And if this is the case, that they are not, it would please us all very much if you were to dictate a letter to your secretary right now. It would be nice if you were to extol the virtues of not messing with the Main Street merchants and promoters located in the downtown Charlotte Amalie area in St. Thomas as part of an interdepartment memorandum. I've been collecting evidence against the VIPD since April of 2014, and the case that I've prepared against the department is very strong, with plenty of evidence to support my claims. You could help yourself and save face by doing the right thing. They are all going to be prosecuted and sued under the RICO provisions of the Criminal Control Act of 1970 anyway. I will see to that, but that is up to you, whether I do or not. So whoever is responsible will on each individual case be convicted under Title 42, U.S. Code subsection 141, the Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act of 1994, as well as U.S. Code Title 18, subsection 1951 and 1963, relating directly to the RICO, as well as U.S. Code Section 201, relating to bribery, as it correctly applies to the specific individuals, as well as many other things. Please note that this is a situation that requires your immediate attention, as my next stop is to prepare the United States Attorney General with all the evidence I have found regarding the matter. I've already consulted an attorney about a class action suit against all parties charged with upholding the rights, privileges, and immunities secured by the Constitution or federal law as it applies to the people of the U.S. Virgin Islands. I am currently awaiting a response about the matter. Whether he accepts our case or not is not important to me. What should matter to everyone involved is that I am a very determined person, and all I really want is respect around here. Where there's a will, there's a way. I've also entertained the option of going to the feds and asking them to look into the matter. This would start a shitstorm that I'm sure none of us wants, not even me. I'm not asking you to do anything unusual. All I am asking you to do is to take a look at the evidence that I've presented to you and take the action you feel is appropriate given the evidence that I have shared with you. I am presently unemployed as a result of your officers' illegal actions, and I wish to return to the occupation that I've chosen to support myself and my family in the last 20 years, unmolested by the police. I've been hurt badly by the actions of these police officers financially. I have not worked in over a week and a half, and I have bills to pay. Your immediate help in this would be greatly appreciated. Please be advised that this matter will not go away on its own, as I fully intend to fulfill every promise that I have made to you thus far and more. The only thing that you could do at this point is manage how well you and the others fare in the aftermath of this crisis, as every finger will definitely be pointed at you and the Attorney General when shit hits the fan. Sorry that I have to come on so strong. I only wish to be taken seriously, and the only way I've been able to get cooperation from government officials is to play their game in my way. This correspondence is not meant to be personally hostile toward you or anyone else. I am only interested in justice. If you've made it this far in my complaint, I thank you for listening. And I will wrap this up now. To be honest, I have no interest in injuring these officers as to the extent that I've mentioned. Really, what I and the rest of everyone else downtown wants is to finally put this issue to rest by putting the illegal activities committed by your officers who represent you to a stop. I will be finding another way to employ myself shortly, or I may return to that same venue. And I wish not to be harassed, threatened, or intimidated by anyone unlawfully. Least of all, the ones charged by society with the responsibility of protecting me and others. My next action depends on you. So, if you want to give me an audience personally, I would be very happy to speak with you so that we can help resolve this issue. This is the adult, diplomatic way to handle things. If you ignore me, I think you will find that I am a very determined person and that I am capable and unafraid. With that being said, again, I thank you. I could be contacted at the number on the business card provided in the package that you received. Finally, please review the other clips that I've provided for you that follow on this very same DVD. All you have to do is press play after each segment. One more thing, my YouTube video playlist could be found under the title Fear None, Everlasting, 2 separate words in all capital letters. Thank you for listening.